Space, the final frontier. These are the episodes of the web series Engage. It's 7, your mission, to watch and discuss Star Trek, to seek out insightful commentary and crass humor, to boldly go where many reviewers have gone before.
Yeah. Hail and welcome to Star Trek Engage, where classic Trek and gay jokes abound. My name is Samiel the Infamous, and I am the temporary captain on account of our actual captain being caught in the transporter buffer, but he should be arriving at some point during the show. Second mate, Horny Alf, how you doing?
I like to acknowledge that that last scene I was the doctor, so I will be handing out martinis throughout the show.
Do you have the requisite bathrobe though? And will it be open? Will it be open?
And you have to be on the bed splayed.
No. Hey, I lose 2 clones this episode. Okay.
Yes, you do. I know. I was about to say that too.
I'm up to 6. I am Adam clone number 6 now.
I'm also. I also when I got into streamers to do the multi-stream, I put it to my YouTube, but I also put it to Twitch. So we will be testing the Twitch copyright system today, I guess.
This will be interesting. So we are currently streaming to 3 YouTube channels, 2 Twitch page or Twitter pages, and Horny Alf's Twitch. So we're kind of all over the place today. Should be interesting. And it's Gameland. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Where's the captain?
You know, I said transporter buffer, but he's probably in the head. You know.
I'm sorry. I'm really loyal to the captain, so I have nothing to say.
Really? You were all about mutiny last week. Okay.
I lost a clone to that mutiny last week. Okay, come on.
You are not the 7th. You are like the 19th clone, Adam.
No. I've been keeping track. I lost one regular one and a second one. Then I lost one due to the mutiny last week, and then Samiel was so savage.
No, you lost more than that with me. No.
Well, no.
But no, it's really good to be back on the SS Enterprise, and I've watched the episode maybe like 15, 16 years ago. I did not get the chance to rewatch it. So I'm going to have to go through it again.
Okay. All right. Well, that said, how is our resident red shirt doing, Adam?
I'm doing okay.
He's ready to die.
Hey, yeah.
Twice,
real quick, back to back. But before I'm number 6. Since we've already gone through this, I'm number 6. Hi, how you doing? I have no connection to the degeneracy that's come before me. But I do want to share this. Our usual, we have to do this. Our 15 minutes of Dermy bashing. Yesterday, Dermy.
Please don't. Can we have one stream where we don't mention Dermy? Please.
This is funny. No. So yesterday he's complaining that he can't get pancakes, and I said I'm gonna make pancakes tomorrow, and I followed through, and I sent this to him this morning, and and it's like, yeah, I have pancakes.
You're a dick.
Because I can.
Oh man. That's me.
Yeah, he's doing the keto thing, I believe.
Yeah, and you can't find it. So I was like, "Yep, all right, opportunity."
That's spectacular.
Please, one stream without mentioning Dermy, please.
You know what's funny, Anna, is that he's even getting mentioned now on my shows that have nothing to do with Star Trek or geekdom or nerddom or Dermy at all. His name keeps coming up. It's like he's a cancer that has metastasized throughout the internet.
That's not cool. No, that's not cool. He's just there, but
now he's trying to pick fights with Mazza.
Oh man, I am so proud of what I did on Ballbuster.
This would be just a retard fight.
Yeah, I mean, I triggered him in the middle of his coffee brand coffee ad, and it was great. He went off.
Fair enough. All right, so real quick before we get started, what we do here is we are reviewing classic episodes of Trek. We're going through the original series, and we'll be going up through at least Deep Space Nine, possibly Enterprise. We're talking years out though, so we're doing, an episode a week, maybe 2 if we ever get really, really good at this, but we'll see. But this is, and I have to say this occasionally, this is no substitute for going and watching the actual thing. Like we're commentating, we're joking around, we do go over the episode, we do discuss the episode, but go watch the actual stuff if you're really interested in Star Trek, because paramount.
Hey Samuel, just out of curiosity, since I got Twitch streaming here too, let me know if you see any of the chat messages from there in your StreamYards.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So we actually have a fair number of people watching today. So let's say hello to those in the chat real quick, and then we'll get this ball rolling. We got Shadow of Hawk, who is being a douche. Hi, kid. Night. I see Legatus in the chat. There's a bunch of us saying hello. The captain's in the chat for some reason and not on the fucking panel.
Kale's in the chat. Love you, babe.
We have a question here from Papa Cotton. Was that 69? 69? Is that 69?
69. Yeah.
Okay. My Roman numerals are not great. Just wondering, is all your content about Star Trek? Well, we all come from various channels, so no.
Yeah, we're actually streaming on 5-6 different channels right now.
Yeah, 3 YouTube channels, 2 Twitter pages, and Horny Alf's Twitch channel. So, but we're also like, we each have our own stuff going on, and like Alf does a lot of gaming stuff. Renaissance Nerd does a lot of pop culture panels and stuff like that. And I believe you're mostly gaming too, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
This is basically a collab stream. Yeah. Just we all come together to do Star Trek reviews.
because we all love Star Trek and gay jokes. Except Anna, and is not a fan of the gay jokes, but
I love
learning
gay jokes. I don't like the Dormy gay jokes. Kenzo, okay, thank you for being here.
yep.
Oh,
So
did
and my channel is more of a culture channel rather than a pop culture channel. But like I said, we all love Star Trek. So no, not all of our content is Star Trek, but this show is, and we do this weekly.
Yeah.
And thank you for being here,
Paul. Thank you for the intro.
Oh, yes. By the way, that intro was done for us. It was a brainchild of our co-panelist who is elsewhere today. He's on an away mission. Devil made me do it. Nalik3 on Twitter. Beelzehub on YouTube.
Oh, shit. I didn't
He
even
put
notice
all
he
of
wasn't
that-
here.
Yeah, he's got
Devil?
some.
the devil's
he had,
always here inside
Yeah,
these-
he's inside all of us. He had some things he had to do today, so he won't be making it. But he's with us in spirit. He also put together that intro, and the music was put together for us by DJ Axis, who was a guest on the show last week, and Paul Hadouken, who's in the chat. And they both did a fantastic job. It's awesome stuff, and we thank you guys very, very much.
DJ had the honor of being our first Wesley.
He did have the honor for being our first Wesley. It's Puddle Jumper. How you doing? Welcome to the show. And like I said, Alpha, yes, I believe It's Puddle Jumper is on your Twitch chat. Okay. Let's see. Am I missing anybody? I think I probably am. Oh, there's Kenzo. Hey, Kenzo. Good to see you. Lots and lots of Kenzo. D-Day Direwolf is with us today. Awesome sauce. I can never pronounce his name right, Adam.
Just call her Kale. It's easiest thing.
Kale?
Okay.
Okay.
Call her Kale.
Kale. Yeah.
All right. Good to see you. All right. There's Paul Hadouken. Awesome. Great dude. Awesome musician.
Dude, that music is rocking on the intro, Paul.
Yeah, it is. I'm sitting there with my devil horns up, just like headbanging a little bit in the back.
I'm just like rocking my feet when I'm like, yeah.
I got Kenzo and Legatus spelling out Dermy back taco in 1-letter increments in my chat.
Yeah, I see that.
Iron Oxide is with us. Okay, so this week's episode is called "What Are Little Girls Made Of?" ? Which is an interesting title.
Mm-hmm.
It's also, I believe,
Kirk's gonna show her what he's made of.
right.
Well, not to get
Shadow. Don't start. No, it's not time yet.
I don't know. Maybe it's always time. I don't know.
Who knows?
It's always time for pancakes.
For you, it's always time. Those pancakes are going to kill off another red shirt, right?
Well, I mean,
it's a lot of pancake for one man.
Well, they were delicious. Okay, they were delicious. I didn't eat them all. I mean, there was some left on the plate. I know when to say stop. I didn't finish the whole plate. There was some left. If Dermy had been here, I would have given him some, but he's not here.
Yep. So, all right. So we're gonna begin the episode, and Anna said you hadn't watched this in about 15 years. You said?
No, I haven't.
Okay. It's interesting because it gets into some ideas that that don't really bear fruit until the next generation, which is kind of interesting. So here we go,
and
folks.
We also get some more backstory in the Nurse Chapel too. So
yeah. Love that shit porn.
Entering standard orbit, nurse. Won't be much longer.
She got rid of the beehive.
She did for this episode. Well, she got dolled up for this episode.
Yeah. You always want to get dolled up for your ex.
Bio research. Sign aboard a starship.
I know he's alive down there, Captain.
Looks like a pretty dead world to me.
Wait, how is she back?
Roger's
Nurse
very
Chapel never
determined
left.
man.
She didn't die.
Find a way to live.
Oh,
Beginning signals to surface, sir.
I know that was a different nurse that did the shiny
Yeah,
eyes
I
thing.
thought she left.
Mhm.
Ship's record
Yeah,
back
that wasn't
showed that we
Chapel.
don't already know about this planet,
Oh,
Captain.
yeah, that was actually, she was a doctor of
Yeah, and she left.
I think psychology. Yeah.
No, that was
Well, she-
different. That was Hot Lips.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
So, but yeah, Nurse Chapel is a mainstay for a while. Played by God damn it,
Major
now I
Barrett.
can't remember her name. Yeah, Major Barrett Roddenberry, who later married Gene Roddenberry and continued his legacy well after he died. And also plays Loxana Troy in
Yes.
The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. Also,
Loxana
the ship's
episodes-
computer voice.
Yeah, the Loxana episodes were always good episodes.
Yeah.
Gravity is 1.1 of Earth, atmosphere within safety limits.
The surface temperature of that planet is 100 degrees below zero.
It may have been inhabited once, but the sun in this system has been fading steadily for 500,000 years. Now, Dr. Corby, often called the Pasteur of archaeological medicine, his translation of medical records from the Orion ruins revolutionized our immunization techniques.
Required reading at the academy, Mr. Spock.
The Orion run now. The Orions, who haven't been featured much yet, except for one of Pike's fever dreams in the first episode, are basically a slaver race, right? So when they're talking about runes on their planet, I'm imagining this is from ancient civilization, like we would go dig up Egypt or Rome or something.
I'd have to
Just
look
an
into the lore on the Orions, but from the last time I played Star Trek Online, the Orions, it sounds like their homeworld is kind of a mess, and most of their race has ventured out into the stars to be pirates or smugglers or whatever else, slavers.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, they're basically just people with green skin. I mean, they look like everybody else, but they got black hair and green skin.
I've always wanted to meet
Okay,
him.
at least they don't have
If there's any chance of him
skin
staying
and
alive.
green hair.
Whoa! What?
Yeah. Okay. Anna, your dad's not watching in this week, is he? Just checking.
No, I'm sick of it. I don't care anymore.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We'll move on. Here's our first glimpse of the doctor that they're looking for, Nurse Chapel's fiance. Older picture, it looks like, but then again, it was the '60s. Also, you can kind of see some grain on the film that looks like they might have had a dirty camera lens.
Are you talking about that spot right there?
Well, there's spots here. There's one on Spock's nose.
Oh yeah, I see that. Huh.
Yeah. It's an observation. No.
I've tried all frequencies, sir. No return signal.
Keep trying.
I don't care. Cancel me.
His last signal told about finding underground caverns.
And since then, 2 expeditions have failed to find him.
Yeah. So real quick, it's Puddle Jumper. I know Alf does. I don't know if you play on PC or Xbox.
I play on Xbox.
Okay, but it should be cross compatible with PC though, right?
It's not. I've asked this question before, and it annoys me because Star Trek Online is they could easily make it cross-platform between all 3, and it's not.
Well, that's unfortunate. But yeah, I know Alf does play, and I have played. I've weaned myself off of that narcotic since Alf reintroduced me to it earlier this year. But I have played.
I haven't played it in a while, honestly. No, I just like to get other people addicted to it and then watch them suffer.
That's a dick move, man.
We all suffer.
Run all frequencies a second time, Captain. There's no...
Enterprise. Come in, Enterprise. This is Roger Corby. Repeating, this is Dr. Roger Corby. Do you read me, Enterprise? This is Dr. Roger Corby. Standing by.
All right. I gotta skip this bit because, copyright.
Hey, Paramount,
comes
fuck
up.
you.
Hey, this will be the first time we've done the show on Twitch, so we'll be able to test out the copyright on there.
Yep. But,
Twitch is a lot looser with copyright, especially when it comes to gaming. But I'm not sure about streaming this kind of content. So we'll see.
I don't know. I've never actually used Twitch. I don't have an account there or anything, so I don't know how that works exactly. But I guess we'll find out. That's a great shot.
Captain's log 2712.4.
It's like upskirting the Enterprise for us.
Nice.
He and part of his expedition remaining alive.
Hey, she knew what she was doing.
Enterprise to Corby. We have your landing coordinates pinpointed. We're preparing to beam down a party. It may interest you to know that we have aboard this vessel.
I have a rather unusual request, Captain Kirk. Being down alone, just yourself.
With a bottle of Vaseline.
Made discoveries of such danger they may require an extraordinary decision from us.
It was an unusual request.
The man making it is Dr. Roger Corby.
You're certain you'd recognize his voice?
Have you ever been engaged, Mr. Spock?
Look at his face. He's like, mm-hmm.
Kirk's like, yeah, dumbass.
Hello, Roger.
Christine,
Yes, Roger.
darling, where are you? Yes, by all means, Captain. I had no idea, no hope. Darling, are you all right?
Yes, Roger. Everything is all right now.
That's a weird question. Are you all right? I mean,
With you in a moment.
she's
Enterprise out.
just on the ship.
Legata says that Spock was engaged, but that was apparently. I think I remember something about that, like prearranged marriage.
Yeah,
on
he
Vulcan.
was. Yeah. That's
I
why
don't
we
think
never
they ever went
see
through with it.
naked.
But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, real quick, I gotta jump back just a second because I want to show this bit on screen. So, Star Trek is famous for the first interracial kiss on television, right?
Yes.
Which happens, I believe, towards the end of the third season. It's one of the reasons the show was canceled because at the time, people were douchebags about that sort of thing. But I would posit to you that this is the first interracial kiss
Yeah.
on television.
Which is funny, is because all it took was a few, like a decade later, and they brought it back in the form of the movies. Just shows how petty them canceling the show was.
Yeah. I love how they keep beaming down to ice planets in their shirts.
Yeah, they don't like it. They don't show them with environmental suits, and then when they do, it looks like the plastic poppets that you get in packages.
He's so fat. Why is he fat?
He's not fat. That's muscle.
It's not muscle. He's got a beer belly. He's fat.
Those are abs, woman.
No.
His shirt's just really tight.
We're gonna see him naked in this episode.
We might have hit the wrong entry point.
It's fat.
Kirk to Enterprise.
Spock here, Captain.
He was in damn good shape at the time. Of course, so was everybody else.
Any problems, Captain?
Some delay in meeting us. Probably nothing at all. Kirk out. Corridors could be quite deep. Getting here may have taken more time than he estimated. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Yeah, iron oxide. He's 60s built like Adam West.
Yep. Speaking of Adam, here comes two of them now.
Pouring out for my homies.
Rayburn, maintain post here. Yes,
I knew it as soon as they beamed down. I realized, shit.
Accompany us.
Yeah.
I realized, here we go. Now it's going to really start. You know, it's because of Kirk that captains don't go down on their weight missions anymore. He's just in too much trouble.
Yeah, it's funny. She says he has a beer gut, but if you've ever seen pictures of public beaches in the 60s or 70s, everyone was thin. Now it's a bunch of land whales.
All that free loving
is true.
Works the calories off.
Okay, fine. He looks good.
No, look at this guy's face. He knows what's coming.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
He's like, you know how when they herd cows into a slaughterhouse, right? The cows are just kind of going along with it because that's what cows do. But when you do it with the pigs will fight because they know what's coming. Right?
Well, we got Ensign Jimmy and Ensign Billy here, so
come on, boys. Come on, be smart about this. Don't turn your back on that corridor. Don't do it.
Oh, he's so dead.
What? He doesn't do this shit on my channel. He waits till we're over here. You know, can't get away with that shit when we're doing one of my streams. Oh, come
that is what you get. That is what you get for calling me out. You get it back.
Taco.
I love that episode of Family Guy. That episode of Family Guy where they had Kirk and he's like, "This is going to be a dangerous mission. One of us might not come back. It'll be me, Bones, Spock, and Scotty, and Ensign Jimmy." And Ensign Jimmy's like, "Oh shit."
That is what it is, though, too. Hey, here's another great example of Nurse Chapel almost went over the edge here for no reason. She just kind of walks towards it and stumbles a little bit, but you can see on Ensign Billy's face there. He knows what's coming, and he knows how.
He's like, "That's going to be my death right there."
It's like, I'm so fucked. Why didn't they leave me aboard? Yes, it's Puzzle Jumper. We are using StreamYards.
So Puddle Jumper's another person who's looking into getting into streaming, and he wants to do something similar, like maybe with Stargate.
Oh, nice.
Careful, speaking my language
from the title. Uh-oh.
No.
Oh, he's not. He's fine now. See, we just saw him. He's good. He's okay. For a minute.
Is that you, Dr. Corby?
Until you hear the standard red shirt scream.
And there it is.
There it is.
Oh, no.
Bye, Billy.
There goes clone number 6.
No, I've already tabulated. That was clone number 4.
Oh, okay.
I've done my early math.
Projection, alleged.
And in now another 30 seconds, clone number 5 is going to ace it.
You're like on clone number 66, Adam. Shut up.
Why does the number keep going up every time you say that?
I don't know her math. I don't understand this.
You died so many times.
Yeah, and there will be more, many more. You just it's a good thing you got those clone vats.
Yeah, well, it was foresight. It was foresight.
I have a notebook. Keep a tally.
We're only on 7 episodes in. I can't have died 66 times.
Yeah, you have.
I mean, are you counting all of the dudes who were on the ship that Charlie destroyed? And
every
Charlie
steady
X?
thing he says, I count.
Oh
no!
Wow!
Okay, wow!
I mean, a couple of generations later.
Unfortunate. Terribly unfortunate.
That's what I just said.
Dr. Corby was detained. I came as soon as I could.
Not soon enough.
Brownie, what is it?
Explain.
Don't you recognize me?
Well, I guess we'll see.
Christine.
Dermy will be invited.
Well, my name
You
is
know,
Brown.
Again?
don't
Don't mention him in this. Oh my god. You can't help it.
It'll be a back taco party.
I hate Mexican food.
They can't help it.
Oh, we can't.
That'll jumble you'll find out one day.
And we need to get
about as much as we
need.
Go ahead.
We need to get you on Dermy's Ballbuster show.
No. Nope. Not going there. Nope.
It's Puddle Jumper. Don't ask.
I have a video I could show you.
Who is Dermy? Dermy is my client. He is identifies as a unicorn most of the time, but also is a very kind person who just sometimes loses the plot.
So Puddle, Dermy is another YouTuber. He has a channel called Dermy Wormy. He has a show on Friday nights called Ballbusters. I'm usually on that show. It's a bunch of debauchery, and Dermy's slightly retarded.
Adam, no.
Not retarded.
Show it.
He's different.
I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna hate you so much for this.
It's just a picture.
There he is.
Why does he look like a young John Wayne Gacy?
So the reason he normally has a beard, the reason why he shaved was because he got to 1,000 subs. He said when he gets 1,000, he would shave. He shaved it, everything but his mustache, and then let us take pictures of it.
Yeah, I said stop right there, and he listened to me. He was quite drunk at this point, and we just said stop. And he said, look at the camera.
No,
and he did
not Dahmer, Dermy, not Dahmer.
Well, that's the person
Dahmer.
who, that's the kind of person you don't want near your kid's school.
No, he's fine. He's good. He's good.
I mean,
lad.
if he ever starts doing children's parties as a clown, then maybe worry.
You're so mean.
I was wondering if that joke would
No,
as a John Wayne Gacy joke, Pogo the Clown, serial killer.
In all fairness, Dermy invites all the criticism, and he takes it in stride.
He does. He does, and the fact of the matter is he's an excellent sport about a lot of this stuff. And if it ever really started to piss him off or bother him, and he said to stop, we would stop.
We all would instantly. We would, but he's a whore, and he wants it. So
most of this is public face stuff. We actually all really get along with him behind the scenes very well, except for Master Castro.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I know the Ballbusters chat room. That's it's pretty.
Yeah, I get along with them really well.
Although Cloud gets it the most lately. Cloud's getting it more than anybody lately.
Okay, enough. Back
all right,
to
Star Trek.
Yes.
Exactly, and I am proud of it. That's one of my proud moments. I'm proud of that. Star Trek. Wait, no, we're back. Oh, my other dude's gonna die now. God damn it.
I suppose living here for 5 years.
Captain Kirk to Rayburn, report.
All quiet here at the entry, Captain.
You're not for long.
Problems there, sir.
We lost Matthews.
You're next.
See that look? That's the look of a man who knows he's next.
No, don't
Look
turn
at
your
his face.
back. Don't turn
Look
your
at his
back.
face.
No.
Look at his face. He's like, oh shit, I'm next.
He's like, here comes the bad guy.
Yeah.
Is that the guy from Addams Family?
Yeah, actually, I think it is the same actor who played Lurch.
Yeah. And,
Oh.
God.
Yeah, because he's a big guy.
Yeah, he's a very big guy.
Goodbye, clone
Good
number
night,
5.
Adam.
Hi, clone number 6 reporting for duty.
I'm an open environment to this dark world.
When you were a student of his, Christine, you must have often heard Dr. Corby remark how freedom of movement, choice, produce the human spirit. The culture of exo proved his theory. When they moved from light to darkness, they replaced freedom with a mechanistic culture.
I do think it's interesting how the big dude waited until Kirk ended the call with Rayburn before he, X'd out Rayburn.
Well, he wasn't a mindless grunt, so he had a mission, and it's actually interesting when at the tail end of the episode as Kirk unravels what was going on.
Right, and I'm sort of I guess what I'm getting is it's a tiny little bit of it, but it's a nice bit of foreshadowing about what's going on and about who this person is, because it's like he didn't just come up and like kill him mid call. Otherwise, we'd have heard another scream over comms, which I admit would be a little satisfying, but it would kind of mess the story up a little bit.
You just want me to suffer every time I die, don't you?
Kinda.
Yeah.
There's a lot more of them down the road.
Recognize the universe free from this cavernous environment.
Yep, Legata says that is Lurch.
Hello.
Not for nothing, but you know how I have that whole shrine to Ensign Hot Pants from the pilot? Yeah, she got replaced.
Yeah, I mean,
God damn.
This gal is perky. Perky.
She's a very beautiful young woman.
Who Kirk will bend to his will.
And also, I'm pretty sure I can see her areolas.
Yeah.
Well, that and her hair, the way they styled her hair is not dated. It's not 60s hair. It's just she's got normal hair. So
yeah, it's a kind of hairstyle that you'd see in almost any era. It's a very
timeless.
Yeah, timeless is a good word for it, Alf. Frames your face very nicely. God damn, she's a good looking woman. Anyway,
yeah. All right, stop it. Let's get on with it.
Simp.
You're just mad because of Kirk's beer gut.
How is that timeless hair? What woman in today's day and age is gonna do the hair like that? No, bullshit. No.
I think it looks like a normal haircut. Now that is not timeless. What Nurse Chapel's got.
Oh yeah, no.
No one would wear that today.
60s.
In order to do that, you need to spend 2 hours doing that. Nobody's gonna have time to do that.
There's our boy.
I've been looking forward to.
That's why I always Yeoman Rand's waffle up to, right? I always wanted to know if anybody actually ever did their hair up like that. How
it would take like 3 hours to put that together.
Like half a day.
It doesn't take 3 hours, but it would take you about half an hour to do it. Just need to invest in it. You need to have a special brush and a special hairspray, and yeah, it just takes time.
Fair enough. I don't know. I've never done a waffle updo.
You should.
I don't think I have enough hair to do that.
Adam does.
No, I don't.
On his back.
Yeah, we don't talk about
that. Wait, Adam's wearing a toupee.
I am not. Jed can confirm yesterday it's real hair.
Yeah, okay. Ooh.
Oh, I knew I'd find you. Everything's all right now.
Gotta love some necking.
I'm Roger Corby.
There's no need to apologize, sir, and certainly no need to introduce yourself.
Captain lost a man in the caverns, Doctor.
Two.
How did it happen? The pit near the outer junction. The edge must have given way.
Terribly sorry, Captain. Perhaps if I'd been there, I I know the passages so well.
It wasn't your fault. Kirk to Rayborn, report. I'm required to make a security confirmation. When I call my ship, if you list your personnel...
Is that a Motorola?
Captain, I'd much prefer...
I think it inspired. Yes.
Please, till I've talked to you.
No, it's a real thing. The guys who grew up and invented the flip phones were all Trekkies as kids. They were in fact inspired by this. Yeah, it was, a lot of cell phone technology that we have actually came from Star Trek,
and even stuff from the Next Generation inspired, like the iPad and whatnot.
Yeah. Yep. As a matter of fact, didn't they call them pads with 2 Ds?
They were data pads.
Yeah.
Data pads.
I've lost contact with my guard. I'm required to call my ship.
No communications, Captain.
Roger. I'm sorry. They should send down more people.
Roger, that
He won't be harmed, I promise you. Isn't it possible there could be things here unknown to you, so terribly important?
Sir, one man is dead. I've lost contact with the other.
Andrea.
What are you doing?
This is necessary, Captain. You will understand. Andrea.
Kirk turns the tables pretty quickly. There's some jiggling. He's about to do the famous Kirk dodge roll.
Yeah. See, now I'm in cover. Shit.
That's a big dude.
Yeah. There's no wires there. He just lifted him up.
He blew his junk off.
Oh my god. What was that?
He does this dodge roll throughout the series that, like, I think they just thought looked cool, but it's completely impractical. Right?
Funny
You guys,
looking.
I know Alf will remember this, but in Galaxy Quest, there's a bit where Tim Allen's character pulls that shit, and they're just looking at him like, "What are you doing, man?" It's like there's nobody here. Why are you rolling around like that? And I think he does end up like losing his pistol doing it.
No, but the guy just comes up to him and just like picks him up. He doesn't even like try and fight him. He just like, I just did a roll. Ugh, I'm out because I got a beer belly. I'm out of breath now. And the guy just picks him up. What the
Luckily, we have some eye candy that makes up for the beer belly and in the form of Andrea.
So good. I love it.
So Andrea literally is a sex bot.
Yeah, that was the other thing that was like wildly, it's like, oh my god, this is a family show. This is a family show, and they made a sex bot, and they weren't even subtle about it.
I know.
It's just like,
oh god,
more shit porn.
Enterprise from Captain Kirk. Come in. You read?
Frequency open, Mr. Spock.
Spock here, Captain.
the only normal people on the ship.
We were becoming concerned, Captain. Your check-in was overdue, and since we'd not heard from your security team...
No problem, Mr. Spock. Bear with me.
We'll return to the ship within 48 hours. Dr. Corby's records and specimens will require careful packing.
All right, so Ruck there is a fucking Terminator.
So I forgot. Is he an android himself
Yes.
too?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, he is, but he's not like the other ones. He comes from the race that died out on this planet,
Right.
or the ones who built him and his kind. And
So I want to bring this up because this is the first time in Star Trek we've seen androids, and this does not. Do they talk about this incident with androids in TNG at all?
No,
Somebody
that's
just
to my knowledge, no.
Again.
I mean, if I had to
Adam?
know the whole stream.
What?
Of shit.
Adam,
What?
it was you.
What'd I do? What'd I do?
Never mind. Okay,
I did
I'm
nothing.
sorry.
What'd I do?
That happens. See, Anna, when somebody takes their last gasp in a red shirt, the gases of their body escape them.
No, oh no! I had a hair in my mouth. I spit a hair out of my mouth. I didn't fart. No, I just had a hair.
He was degassing.
No,
Right.
no. When I fart, I turn the microphone off.
Depressurizing the hull.
Chat's turning on you, dude.
Legatus is stoking the flames, so of course they're going to turn on me. No. If I farted, you know I farted. I'm not going to do a quartering, pretend I didn't do it, and then blame it on everybody else in the.
Oh man, I couldn't believe that.
I know. If I cut one, I'll own up to it. Trust me.
To Alf's point, no, I don't believe that they mention this in the Next Generation. I don't think they when they talk about androids and they talk about Soong's work, they pretty much exclude mention of any other androids that they come across. I think there's actually one other episode of TOS where they come across androids.
Puddle jumper depressurize the stream.
Yeah, he opened his airlock wide.
I'm going to resist.
Are you okay, Annick?
I'm resisting a particular joke here. Let's look at Star Trek.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Star Trek and fart jokes.
Star Trek and sex bots. I just want to see the sex bot again. Let's talk about Andrea and her really nice boobs.
Captain, are you all right? You sound tired.
If you move or cry out, Rock may injure you. At least wait until you and I can talk.
Acknowledged, Captain. Is everything all right?
Fine, Mr. Spock. Dr. Corby has made some fascinating discoveries.
That is some Sarah Connor calling her mother at the cabin shit.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely Terminator-like behavior.
Well, this is probably where you got the inspiration for it.
That might be.
Stand by for regular contact. Kirk out.
This is not a vain display, Captain. I'm a scientist. You obviously know of my reputation. Trust me.
Yes, I know your reputation. The whole galaxy knows who you are and what you stand for. That's why all this makes no sense.
There is so much you must learn before you make a final judgment. For example, Andrea.
See, I made this perfect sex bot for you.
You must be Captain Kirk of the Starship.
Oh my God,
that
no.
sex bot?
Oh, that sex
God.
bot?
No. Well, you had the camera off, so I wasn't sure. See, this is why kids don't do phone sex. 900 numbers are not.
Everything is all right.
It's enough.
Yeah.
No.
It's not worth it's not worth $3 a minute, I'll tell you that.
Yep.
Oh, Shadow says that we're getting too straight here. Adam, bend over.
What? Hey, I'm not your life partner. That's not my job.
Well, this isn't optional, and consent is not required.
Hey! I don't. Those 12 tentacles are gonna find someplace else to go.
We do have to recognize that some of our audience are too young to remember what phone sex is.
Well, kids, once upon a time there was this thing
I'm your
called
age. I don't know what phone sex is. Never had it. Don't want to.
Fair
900
enough.
numbers. Look it up.
They probably still
1-900 big whore.
To be fair, Shadow is too young to remember what a corded phone looks like too. So
That's true. I still have one.
I know all kinds of things about all kinds of awful things. I'm not explaining any of that. Take from that what you will.
You are not to mock Christine. You will never harm her.
Or disobey an order from her.
You will not disobey her orders.
See, that's Kirk with good thinking, man.
Captain Kirk, both love and trust. Now, give me 24 hours to convince you.
Doctor, do I need to be a prisoner to be convinced?
What would your first duty be upon return to your vessel?
Oh, sweet summer child.
You realize the number
Corded phone is what used in place of a garrote. It's very useful.
Yeah, well, yeah, you could use that, but it leaves this like weird curly Q mark that's really easily identifiable.
Well, that's why I got caught.
Yes.
Of ignorance, of a layman's inability to comprehend.
Simple layman's question, Doctor. Where is my other crewman? Alive?
Nope.
Dead?
Yep.
Rock was programmed to protect my experiments. The logic of his machine mind saw a danger to me.
Where is my other crewman?
Rock destroyed them both.
He got shockered to
Totally
death.
against my wishes, I assure you.
He's like, yeah.
He's an android?
What of it?
Like Brown?
More complex than Brown. Much superior.
Yeah, I
Was
am.
left here by the old ones.
Rock was still tending the machinery when we arrived here. How many centuries? Even Rock doesn't know. With his help, with the records I could find, we built Brown.
Convinced me, Doctor. You've convinced me that you're dangerous.
I'm honestly surprised you didn't try another barrel roll.
Oh.
There wasn't enough room.
Rock, no.
That was a good stunt, though.
He threw him around like a rag doll.
Quite literally.
I do not understand.
Yeah, good goddamn, dude.
Yes. Android pointy boobs.
Where is Captain Kirk?
I gotta take it off the screen for a second. God damn it.
What?
He's breathless, folks.
Don't worry about it.
You better not be. You better not be touching yourself.
Woo!
There's a lot of pointy boob shot there. It's everywhere. Can't not look.
Andrea, it's sufficient that it does disturb her.
It doesn't help that she's just basically wearing a couple of straps.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny?
She's
in
fit,
the,
dude.
In the early seasons of Next Generation, they bring that trope back with women wearing very little.
Mm-hmm. They did.
I'm
some
surprised
of
they
was
got away
Gossamer.
with it.
I hate saying this about anything really, but it was a different time. You know, even in the 80s when TNG was on the air and they were still showing,
Yeah.
you know, that sort of thing. It was a different time. A better time, I might add. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree.
Well, the reason I say I was wondering how they got away with it is because that was big time when the religious right was huge, you know, trying to control television. And then you got women, half naked women on Star Trek, which is on broadcast TV. So,
Well, it just might speak to how much sway Roddenberry had in terms of the power over the show.
Well, don't underestimate the amount of cocaine that television and movie producers were doing at the time too.
it did tend to bring more creativity.
It did. It also brought some really batshit stuff out, but I don't know. Better time, good times all around. Hail Shaka Zulu, welcome.
You will call me Dr. Corby from now on, Andrea.
Yes, Dr. Corby.
Yeah, don't call me Big Daddy in public.
I didn't mean to eavesdrop, darling.
Big Papa.
As you can see, yes,
Get it correct.
Captain Kirk is fine. He won't be harmed. Things at stake here simply make it necessary he doesn't send a report to his ship. I need time.
Hey, Wolverine.
To
Here.
him and to you. Now, shall we start with Andrea?
Yes, let's start with Andrea.
Yeah,
She's like, what the fuck, dude?
yeah. I made a sex bot who will do whatever you want.
An android.
Hey, Wolverine Snicked is here.
Yep.
Didn't you know?
My favorite.
He pops in on my my game streams from time to time.
Nice. Good to see you, buddy. I think I've seen him on.
He
some
streams.
other-
He's been
stuff,
streaming
too.
lately with Fat Steven Seagal and Script
Yeah.
Doctor.
Script Doctor liked one of my tweets the other day. That was interesting. It's neither here nor there. Sorry.
Notice the lifelike pigmentation, variation in skin tones.
The suppleness of her boobs.
Has warmth. There's even a pulse. Physical sensation.
How convenient.
Yes, I'm sure she's very warm.
Must realize an android is like a computer. It does only what I program.
Oh my!
And I programmed to do some freaky shit.
Given a mechanical Dr. Brown and a mechanical geisha would be no more difficult.
I mean,
You think I could love a machine?
the fact that Chapel just calls that shit out is kind of awesome.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, she's a toy. You know,
And
I mean, I don't personally have a problem with it, but I'm not fucking engaged to Chapel. He should be ashamed of himself. You know? Yeah, good on her.
Dean?
Did you?
Well,
She's incapable of that. She simply obeys orders.
We're not talking about love here.
I mean, that female android is basically just a walking, talking fleshlight.
Yes.
Yeah. Indeed. Well, I mean, I think geisha was probably exactly the right term. You know, because I don't know if you guys know much about the culture of geishas, but they're not just hookers, although they are that as well. There's a whole thing that they do with service to whoever it is engaged in services kind of thing. It's not just sex. There's companionship. There's
wasn't
tea
it
ceremonies? There's all kinds of stuff.
It was a big deal to be the first one to have a new geisha, something like that. It was a big deal.
Yeah, and
would that be similar to a harem?
No, not exactly.
No.
It'd be more like the companions in Firefly.
Yeah,
and I mean, and geisha had their own madams and shit like that who were controlling of them.
Yeah, instead of pimps.
Yeah,
I mean they were pimps.
Well, yeah, I mean,
call them that.
Pimp slap still happened. Let's
right.
not be. Yeah, still happened, but.
Adam, I think it's a little bit like in Mass Effect in the first game where you have to go and see a geisha, which is an Asari, but she like counsels you. She can like perform.
You have to be mean to her for her to have sex with you.
There too.
No. When you go to the like actual business that they have, where you go and people of power go there.
I know what you're talking about.
Counsel, and you can get sexual favors, but also like a massage or just spiritual enlightenment.
Oh yeah, you're not wrong. I'm saying the consort. Yeah, the consort. But in order to like engage in the cutscene where you do her, you have to be mean to her.
I never did that because I'm not a lesbian. So.
Hey, Cutie Chow. I mean, that's a hell of a note for Keely Chow to come in on. But yeah. Yeah, I mean,
guys,
it could be worse.
Guys,
talking about
the
bad things that are going to happen to Adam.
Guys, Star Trek.
Yeah,
Star Trek.
Let's go.
I think. I mean, we're gonna talk. We're gonna see sex bot in action here. So,
I mean, not explicitly.
Emotional bond. Andrea. Kiss Captain Kirk.
Maybe a little explicitly.
Fully functional.
You know, Data's fully functional too.
Now strike it.
Yeah.
See? There's no emotion.
Yeah, ask Tasha about that.
Emotional involvement. You simply
Well,
respond
that's
to
kind of what I
orders.
was getting at.
Totally logical computer. There's not a woman. Now
But it feels like one.
These mechanical things have no feelings and perform only as you program. Why did Brown try to shoot me? Why did he kill 2 of my men? There are many things I don't understand.
I'll answer all of your questions. Now.
That sounds ominous.
Hey guys, Play-Doh.
Yeah. Kind of a lot of it too. We're about to answer Anna's question. Does Kirk indeed have a beer gut?
This is how you make an android.
Play-Doh.
Play-Doh.
I'm pretty sure I saw Kirk's testicles.
Now, I love this. Kirk's way out of this. My racism. That's his way.
That is a man in excellent shape.
Okay.
What are you leaning for a better angle so you can see?
Yeah.
She's trying to look under that hood there.
Hey, you know.
Sorry, you guys were talking about the 60s and the chicks. I'm sorry, dudes.
He's part Jewish,
nowadays,
so, you know,
like, give me Chris Hemsworth.
Hey, Shatner's Jewish. You know, it's all clean down there. It's gonna be fine.
No.
Don't worry.
For the record, Chris Hemsworth is a freak. That is not a common thing.
I guarantee Chris Hemsworth is taking stuff to get that way too.
Don't care. He looks better.
Sure, he does look better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Commercial break. Dun, dun, dun. And we're back with more Naked Kirk.
And naked Play-Doh.
Play-Doh.
Not being hard.
Hey kids, you can make a Android too.
Oh my god.
It is Play-Doh.
It is.
Roger, what's happened to you? When I sat in your class, you wouldn't even dream of harming an insect or an animal. No, life was sacred to you then.
But then I learned how to make Play-Doh sex bots.
I'm sorry. It's so fun.
It's interesting though. Here she's given us a little bit more backstory about the doctor himself and about what kind of man he was, which shows that like what he's doing now is against everything that she just said that he used to stand for. You know, even if he says it's not being harmed, this is still unauthorized and unwilling participation in an experimentation, which is wrong, frankly.
Yes, it is. And your point is?
I'm saying that this lends to...
He's thinking about Play-Doh Chris Hemsworth now, okay?
I am thinking about Play-Doh Chris Hemsworth. I mean, like, woof. But
woof.
You know, he would have an enormous Schwanzstücke. No, I'm just saying that this lends to the idea that maybe, you know, obviously he's doing things that are not above board, but we don't know that much about him except through Chapel's eyes. And so she's showing us by this dialogue that there is something wrong with the good doctor. Like he is not behaving in the way that he would.
Also, as far as Kirk's fitness, you also got to take into consideration, this is a time period before actors really started taking steroids and doing crazy workouts to get in shape for movies. So that didn't really start until the 80s. Yeah, that didn't really start till like the 80s, and I think it was Arnold that kind of really brought that fat in. People would juice and bulk up.
Well, he introduced the crossover between the bodybuilding world and Hollywood because he was a bodybuilder first. In fact, I think his first movie was called Hercules in New York, and it was basically just him walking around all oiled up and shit.
It was dubbed as well. He wasn't even voicing himself.
Yeah. Well, that's why he had so few lines in movies like Conan the Barbarian and Terminator. His English sucked. You know,
but
he's Austrian.
No, I love Kirk. I am super. But okay, you all know my first love is Bones.
But like modern Bones, right?
Yeah, like Carl Urban Bones. I love Carl Urban. He's handsome.
Anna loves Bones.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
You know, I was resisting that one.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't let
He's not super strong. It's all about the character. Kirk here is just so... What is he doing? Lying there like a Play-Doh version of him? No.
What are you talking about? He's going to assert his mojo on Andrea real soon. It's going to be awesome.
I like Cavitano.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't like it. But let's continue.
Round and
Play-Doh.
round we go. Where it stops, nobody knows.
Stop. What is this? Weird.
Stop on Andrea. That's what's going to stop.
Them objects of curiosity, beginnings of wild stories, foolish theories.
I'll be honest, watching this last night, it got a little nauseating. God, that's... Oh, damn.
Watch carefully.
It's shake and bake, and I helped.
I mean, essentially.
Watch him fly off the watch him fly off the table.
It's like it just keeps going faster. I want off this merry-go-round.
Kirk vomits. Yeah. That's the real one.
He's probably unconscious from the G's. Like, which one's the real Kirk? The one that didn't pop a blood vessel in his brain?
It's the one that's about to speak racisms so that it can implant in fake Kirk.
Choose, Christine. Which is your captain?
She's like, I'll take both.
Oh, the not racist one.
I don't know.
Taste test?
Oh.
I honestly don't know.
Synthetic organs are in place. We merely synchronize them with Kirk's autonomic nervous system, duplicating the rhythms of his body.
Rhythm.
At the same time, we duplicate the mental.
Andrea, go test out the rhythm.
Adam.
What? She's a sex bot.
Ready for
It's a
final
job.
synaptic fusion. Andrea, stand by for cortex circuits. The android will be so perfect, it could even replace the captain. The same memories, the same attitudes, the same abilities.
This is important.
Yeah.
Activate circuits.
Mind your own business, Mr. Spock. I'm sick of your half-breed interference, do you hear? Mind your own business, Mr. Spock.
I love it.
I'm sick of your half-breed interference.
Uses racism to defeat the foe.
I mean, yeah. it's exactly what happens. You know, he says something completely out of character in the hopes that it gets, you know, transferred over into the subconscious of the android, and then that if such a time comes where the android is sent to replace him, that he'll say that in front of Spock, and Spock will know that's not Kirk.
Yep.
I will say,
brilliant.
This is only the second episode in 7 episodes where you've had 2 Kirks in the same episode.
Yeah, that too.
and we get a lot more of multiple Kirks later on.
Yep. Keely Chow, that is correct. But it doesn't get like real bad until the movies. I mean, he obviously
bastards killed my son.
Yeah, it was after Star Trek 2 where he really developed a hate for him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think it was
3. No, it was 3.
Star Trek 3. Yeah, it was.
Was it 3?
That's when David dies in 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because Christopher Lloyd was the Klingon captain who did it.
Yeah, that's right. It's been a while since I've seen 3.
Capitano, pretty high he went commando, I would say. It was the 60s after all.
No shame.
Yeah. Yep. Shadow, don't be a bigot.
We don't have Devil here today. We don't have a shield. We don't have the Black Danny DeVito.
Well, he's Gasian now.
Oh, you're right. Gay Blasian?
Zorro, the gay Blasian. This noise gets a little...
Fleet.
Are you all right?
As far as I know.
Now, meet an android.
Yep, pretty sure I saw nuts.
Can you get me a bathrobe?
How do you do,
and a
Mr.
martini?
This is the Kirk with absolutely zero inhibitions. He just walks around naked everywhere. Peacocking.
Now programmed to please you also. Is the food appealing?
I mean, not the food.
The view.
I want a certain kind of cake there.
Please sit, Captain.
Thank you. I'm more or less on parole.
Do you have any pound cake?
Dr. Corby suggested that you have lunch.
That's bad, Adam.
She's a sex bot. She's here for my pleasure.
She is, but the pound cake, really?
Thorn,
It's like,
Commander.
I mean, why not be on the nose about it and say hair pie?
Don't come at Adam too much. He's a clone that's ready to die at any minute, so he's just got to get a pleasure where he can.
Thank you. I waste no time. You know, I could be killed at any second here.
Whatever he seems to be doing.
It's true.
Unless something's gone wrong with his mind.
No, you're forgetting how well I know him. He's a saint as you or I.
Is he? Is he, though?
Nurse, if I gave you a direct order to betray him.
Please, don't ask me to make that choice.
Let's ask Andrew.
Oh, my.
I'd rather you push me off the same precipice when Matthews died. Oh, no, I can't.
Please, go ahead and eat.
Androids don't eat, Miss Chapel.
My racism fuels me.
Has your sense of humor.
You know, Alf, in the group chat earlier, I think you were dead on. This is a very Twilight Zone-y episode.
Yeah, it's something you would see that in that or Outer Limits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's got that kind of feel to that story, that twisty turny, and it gets kind of dark. I enjoyed it though. I actually really liked this episode. It's probably my favorite one of the series so far. Hi, William Curry. Good to have you.
Well, there's one difference between us. I'm hungry. The difference is your weakness, Captain, not mine.
One at a time, gentlemen. Captain?
Eating is a pleasure, sir. Unfortunately, one you will never know. Perhaps. But I will never starve, sir. He's an exact duplicate?
In every detail.
What about memory? Tell me about Sam. George Samuel Kirk, your brother. Only you call him Sam. He saw me off on this mission. Yes, with his wife.
Oh, is that what happened? Shock Zulu said we got dropped for a second. I was not paying attention to the YouTube side of it, so
mine's still good.
No, mine's good too.
No, fair enough. Well,
it may have just been yours.
Might have been. They don't like me very much. It's fine. Appreciate you letting me know, though. It should be what you guys should know by now, those of you who watch consistently and those of you who are new here, I will let you know, is it because of the way that the copyright works with this, because how hard-ass Paramount decides to be about this, we are going to get blocked probably about 20 minutes after the stream ends. And then there will be the appeal process or the dispute process and all of that stuff. We usually win. So, but it'll be down for about 48 hours.
But it will stay up on Twitter though, right?
It will stay up on Twitter. Depending on how it works with Twitch, it should stay up there too.
Yeah, I haven't tested out the copyright system with Twitch. I've never had any problems with gaming streams, but we'll see. So, yeah, if my YouTube goes down and you want to watch the rest of it, you can just go to my Twitch.
Yeah, what Ryan did last time is he co-streamed it on Twitter, and it stayed up on Twitter, but not on YouTube.
Yeah,
it was really weird.
Well, Twitter is a little less stringent with copyright stuff. They're their policies are difficult to navigate, but for some reason, stuff like this tends to stay up on there. So it is what it is. It'll be back up on YouTube as soon as we can possibly get it there, assuming this gets taken down. Every once in a while, they just hit us with a claim and they don't block it, but it does happen. Although if the stream went dark for a second, yeah, they're probably going to block us.
Yeah.
That
sure.
and the dispute process / appeal process is so inconsistent with how long it takes. Like sometimes it's 48 hours, sometimes it's a week.
Yep. I agree, and that's why we usually win the disputes, but they are going to flex their dick muscles any chance they get. It's just the way it is. So
yeah, I recently took one of these streams and appealed it because the dispute got rejected. The appeal, I didn't get any notification. Just all of a sudden that stream went privated, and there was no claim on it. So I just made it public again. So I guess I won it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's pretty much how it goes. And also, it's not YouTube so much that's doing this. This is Paramount who's doing this. I don't think YouTube would give a shit.
It's the YouTube bots, though, isn't it? And then it goes to Paramount.
It's whatever bots that are hired to surf this shit out.
Yeah. Pretty much. There are bots that they're working for Paramount in the YouTube algorithm to search out any mention of their stuff and basically claim all of it, because Paramount's very stringent about that sort of thing. I actually got claimed this week on the Godzilla -1 trailer because my dumbass played the whole thing. And as it turns out, Japanese companies are even more strict about that sort of thing.
Oh yeah,
Paramount is.
Oh yeah, that's
you can't put anime on anything without getting jumped.
There's no appealing any of that. So.
You can say the same thing for Nintendo, another Japanese company. They're very stringent about who is sharing Nintendo stuff.
They'll be okay about streaming a game. When I was streaming Zelda, they were fine. But it's the other shit, the advertising shit that they'll be all over you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
Wife and 3 sons. He said he was being transferred to Earth Colony 2 research station. No, Captain. He said he was continuing his research and that he wanted to be transferred to Earth Colony 2.
You might as well try to outthink a calculating machine.
Obviously, I can. But we do have some interesting differences.
Totally unimportant ones. You may leave now. You haven't guessed the rest. Not even you, Christine? What you saw was only a machine. Only half of what I could have accomplished. You understand? By continuing the process, I could have transferred you, your very consciousness, into that android.
You too can be a sex bot.
Soul, if you will. All of you. In android form.
His goal is just purely to build an army of sex bots.
Yeah.
A civilization.
I don't like them.
Just to service him.
Same old promises made by Genghis Khan, Julius Caesar, Hitler, Ferris, Altuvis.
You understand that a human converted to an android can be programmed for the better? Can you imagine how life could be improved if we could do away with jealousy?
Yeah, with sex bots, there's no more diseases.
It can also be improved by eliminating love, tenderness, sentiment.
Okay, we went through this with Stepford Wives.
No disease, no deformities, or even fear can be programmed away, replaced with joy.
Shadow makes a point here. It scares him in real life because if you can just replace a personality, then humans no longer matter. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, kid. That's the horror of it. That we don't ultimately matter. Good observation. I'm also surprised he isn't spurting out because Kirk was talking shit about his boy Julius Caesar.
To Andrew, Statement for Electric Sheep. I love that book.
Yep. It is it's an excellent short story.
But the thing here is you are trying to create something perfect, but humans will never be perfect. And this is why, like I alluded to Stepford Wives, it just does not work.
I don't know. I feel pretty perfect today.
Well, they explore this kind of theme. With,
I have a thing against you today.
You're a clone. Shut up.
I'm a clone, therefore I'm perfect. Created perfectly.
I mean, you know how it is with the Xerox machine when you make a copy of a copy of a copy.
That's,
and
I was about to bring that up. With each copy,
a little blurrier each time.
Yeah.
Adam loses an inch each time.
By the time we finish this show, this clone he's going to be playing is just going to be in the corner drooling.
I got for a second. I had to come back for that one. Okay, come on now. Let's be fair. Let's be fair.
It's going to be, by the time this is done, he's on the last clone. He's just going to be in the corner with a dunce hat drooling on himself.
It's all cloned from the same material. I'm not cloning a clone.
Yeah, he's going from Lisa Simpson to Ralph.
I bet my Wookiee. Hey, that's when they were still funny back then.
As you were saying,
the new paradise.
Oh, I don't even remember. We got off on the fucking clone tangent there, and the point's gone. So if it comes back up, I'll say it again. But
I tried to get up and go get a cookie. Did you
go
back
ahead.
in?
Go ahead.
And all I need is your help.
All you wanted before was my understanding.
You need transportation to a planet colony, proper raw materials. Now, I'm sure there are several good possibilities among your next stops. No diversion from your route. I want no suspicions aroused. Begin producing androids carefully.
10.0.
Minus 10.0. It's like regressive. Oh, Adam,
man! Now you're turning kale on me too. This is not my day. I'm gonna silently eat my cookie in protest.
You do that.
Num 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 num.
No one need know. No need to frighten uninformed mind.
They must be strongly infiltrated into society before the android existence is revealed. I want no wave of hysteria to destroy what is good, right.
I don't think this guy knows what's good and right.
You've created your own, Kirk. Why do you?
I think he does, but he chooses the worst
I'm impressed.
choice.
But not the way you think.
Oh my God!
I'll kill him. Stay back.
I don't think he's crouching to get at Kirk. I think he's crouching because he'll hit his head on the door. Very tall man.
I don't even think Kirk is really that tall. I mean, he's less than 6 foot, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like
he's like 5'3".
Oh, is he? Shit.
He's pretty short.
This guy is amazingly light on his feet too, for as big as he is. You know, he moves pretty quickly.
Yeah, I love Kirk, but he's short.
Are you one of those 6 feet or nothing gals?
All right, I just looked it up for clarification. Shatner is 5'10".
He's 5'10".
No, he is not.
He's
short as
didn't I say that?
fuck.
And Nimoy was 6 foot.
Nimoy's like 6'2".
I'm pretty sure he was 6 foot.
Okay, well, my childhood is ruined.
Because they're not the heights that you remember them. Because Kirk's taller than you thought he was. Isn't that good?
I always thought he was going to be my height.
What? She said that Kirk was 5'3", and I looked it up. He's 5'10".
I said, but I'm understanding, why is your childhood ruined? Because he's not your height.
Because I always thought I was like him. I wanted to be like him. He ruins my childhood.
You like him.
Well, it looks like my
Aside
stream's down.
Oh, well, hopefully it'll come back up here.
It just says stream unavailable.
Change my gender now. To feel better about myself.
Hey,
Wait,
if you're watching on my YouTube, you can jump over to my my Twitch real quick. We're still up there.
So sex bots.
Yeah, we're gonna wait a minute till it shouldn't be more than 60 seconds before our stream comes back up. So
just trying to say
it's just a black screen, right?
Well, it's black screen. It says stream unavailable.
Yeah.
It's the warning. It's the warning. Hey, listen, it's better than.
Oh, did I break it?
No, not you. No, it's better. They used to just
no, not you.
They used to just take a stream down completely back in the day. Now they just give you that warning. They'll shut it down for 2 minutes and then you come back.
I just wanted to be Kirk when I was a girl.
Argo Sleuth wants to know who's transitioning and why.
Because he's cool.
Kirk is cool. Kirk is very cool.
Yeah.
Loses points for beer guts apparently and being too tall, but he's very cool.
Okay, I'm back. My
Okay,
YouTube's
you're
back.
All right, good deal.
Did I break something? I'm so sorry if I did.
No, Anna. On occasion, they slap us with a warning if we've had something up on the screen too long that's copyrighted.
All right.
So that's what that is. Is basically them showing us how much bigger their dick is than ours. I think that was an appropriate metaphor.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah, not a single issue on Twitch so far, so.
I'm actually almost certain that this guy hits his head on that door jam at this point.
Let me get this big stone dildo.
Is that? I'm not the only one who thought that when I saw this. It's like,
and then he holds it weird too.
That's a dick.
That's why I said it.
That's a meme.
That's why. And he's holding it weird. He wasn't just gonna shove it in him, and that's the attack.
And it's not just that. At the bottom, it looks like a set of balls.
Yeah, I mean, what? It's not Dermy coming around the corner. I mean, come on.
It's like this was the precursor to the Bad Dragon Company. See, Alf knows what I'm talking about. I bet he wishes he didn't, but he knows what I'm talking about.
Hey, we didn't make this gay. The show made this gay. I'm not Kirk holding a giant ribbed dildo. Okay.
We're gonna break Anna before the end of this series.
Well, she's got 11 years to get a thick skin on this because we're gonna be here forever.
Oh God! Why are we again going to gay shit and Dermy?
He's holding a dildo. Bring the screen back up. Bring the screen back up.
Wait, he's not on. I'll have to go back a second.
Right, go back to it.
On the
pause it on that screen.
Yeah, pause it there.
But yeah,
we're not making this up. Look at that. It's a penis.
There you go, Paramount. Copyright protect that.
You can take this rock and shove it.
It's even more bulbous at the bottom, at the base.
Yeah, that's so it has a backstop, so it doesn't get
you don't want to lose
swallowed.
It.
It's definitely circumcised.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Kale, help me. So, women, help.
No, she's not going to help.
I need help.
It's even textured for Rook's pleasure.
Oh, look at Puddle Jumper's comments on YouTube side.
Argo Sleuth, you don't know me. Yes, I do about these men's sense of humor very much. I've been dealing with it for a very long time. So
on multiple
don't
streams.
dare tell me about their sense of humor.
She got through The Witcher and unicorn balls. Okay.
I'm broken. I'm broken. I can't deal with it.
His pleasure.
Wait, gay shit and dermy? That just goes hand in hand.
Hey, that's the natural order of things around here.
Okay.
I mean,
all right.
Wishing one hand and gay dermy shit in the other. See which one fills up faster. Immune.
The way he's holding it.
I know.
I'm gonna imitate Nurse Chapel.
Oh my god!
Right
Puddle
here,
Jumper,
I think he hits his head.
That's a Witcher season 3 joke.
I can help you.
Nurse Chapel, this dildo's not for you.
Curry.
Hey. We are civilized people.
Are we?
Yes. No, but we are for now. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we gotta
white
jump
girl.
back because I gotta show this. So here's an extreme close up of Kirk with the big dildo next to his face.
No,
and,
he doesn't look comfortable with it, and that's one thing we can say.
No, but he's about to give it to another man. Oh, it got sent right. Like, what happened there?
The styrofoam broke. That's what happens when you try to hit another man with penis.
How do you know?
Okay, you got me there.
Personal experience.
I wasn't ready for that comeback. Congratulations.
We're not going down
points
this
for Anna.
particular road.
I can't do this anymore.
If I was Dermy, I could
called
say the
memory
truck stop,
lane.
but I got nothing.
No, it was college. It was college for Adam. It was an experimental time.
Dude. I can't do it in private.
Dude.
Dude.
Hail! Oh my god, I love you so much. Dick banging games.
Hey, all right, listen. I have never, ever docked. Okay? No docking in Star Trek.
I mean, it doesn't work if you're cut. Just saying.
I'm Jewish.
Oh, so you're fine then. No docking. No docking gonna happen there.
Mm.
It's good grip strength.
I like how Kirk's keeping an eye on him, but he's legitimately worried about the gap below him. I mean, this is a piece of fine, like, what the fuck acting. Ship porn.
Well, Cavatino, as long as you don't make eye contact, everything's fine. and wear socks.
Schedule. Probably has considerable cargo to beam aboard. I'll have to go over our destination schedule.
Going back down with the command pack.
Mind your own business, Mr. Spock. I'm your half-rate interference. Do you hear?
Yes. Very well, Captain.
You look upset, Mr. Spock. Is everything all right up here?
No, you're a bigot.
Here, sir.
Good. I'll beam up shortly.
That's not your normal flavor of racism.
Now, aside from the jokey nature of the show that we're doing here, there are some serious things. I think this is a conversation Anna and I have been having for the last couple of weeks about the friendship between Kirk and Spock. That's part of that comes into play here too, because Spock knows Kirk. He knows he wouldn't say this shit, and he knows that. So he's like, okay, something's going on. There's something else that I'm not seeing here, and Kirk wants me to know that because he would never have used that language unless something absolutely dire was coming up. And it also helps that being the first officer, Spock is a very intelligent person who picks up on cues.
I absolutely agree with you. I also think, like, because we haven't seen him in the episode at all, like, as soon as we see him, he kind of, like, grounds. Like, it's so ridiculous. This whole episode is so stupid. I'm sorry. It is so dumb. And then as soon as we see him, he kind of, like, grounds it. And he brings it back to reality. I don't know why. Like, every time I see Spock, maybe I'm in love with him or something, but he's just always grounding things.
You sure he's not too tall for you?
Bones is taller than Spock.
I don't know that I agree that this episode's stupid. I think that it's a little outlandish, but it's within the bounds of the science fiction realm that we're in. And I think that the ideas that it's presenting here are they're very realistic fears, especially in today's age when we have all this concern with AI taking over everything. But I don't know that I would call the episode dumb.
No, it's not dumb. It's just, like, compared to everything we've seen before, I don't feel the same, like, emotional impact as I did with the crew members, because you're introducing other characters from outside of the crew. And I really don't care about them that much. Care about Kirk, but his,
Well, that's
like,
sort of a curse of episodic television as opposed to
and that's cool. That's
serialized.
okay. But as soon as I see the crew members, that's when I start caring. So I didn't mean it was stupid in the way it was written or the way it was acted. Just thought it was silly. Anyway, have you seen Star Trek Discovery? How
We
would
don't
you
talk about that here.
episode?
I think the point. I think the point. I think the point Argo's trying to make is that if you think this is silly, how would you compare this to Star Trek Discovery?
Well, first of all, in the Doctor's land of androids, that we would have no STDs. Let's point that out. Okay, you may continue. Star Trek.
Yeah.
We do talk about STDs, just not that one. Space AIDS, for example.
Yeah, that STD leaves a burning sensation.
Security, Spock here. Status of your landing party.
Ready and standing by, sir.
Have them meet me in the transporter room after the captain has beamed down.
I appreciate too that the crew is
You'll
competent.
find planet -5. An excellent choice.
Small colony. Abundant raw materials. Made a good beginning, Captain.
Thank you. I felt quite at home on the Enterprise.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Listen,
I mean,
he
this
breaks her
gets
with
a
his
little
machismo.
rapey.
He breaks her with his machismo.
Kiss me.
Breaks her with his rapey vibes.
She can't handle the Kirk. That's right.
Yeah, it's a little rapey.
She's leaning in.
Yeah, she's pushing back a little bit.
All right, Bill Cosby.
No.
I mean, at least Cosby had the sense to knock him out first.
She can't handle the strong emotion.
What's the matter, Andre? Confused.
No.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
You disapprove of Miss Chattel's orders to save my life?
To maintain your existence, would be illogical.
Why? Can't your memory bank solve a simple equation like that? What happened to the old ones, Russ?
So long ago.
Is it possible they built their machines too well? Gave them pride and a desire to survive? Machines that wanted logic and order and found that frustrated by the illogical, emotional creatures that built them?
Yes, the old ones. The ones who made us. They grew fearful of us. They began to turn us off.
Isn't it Corby who's creating the same danger to you all over again?
This, by the way, this presents a by now, by our time, a very classic science fiction dilemma. Rather, like, do we create things that are capable of self-awareness? If so, what happens then? What happens when they decide that we're a threat to them? I mean, we see this time and time again in science fiction. Obviously, the obvious reference that comes up here is Terminator, but also Blade Runner. Dozens of things along those lines where our creation, Battlestar Galactica, our creation turned on us because they feared for their own survival.
Well, that's the whole thing. Star Trek did it first.
I think Asimov might have done it first, but
let me phrase that. Television-wise.
Yeah, I think Isaac Asimov did it first, but like.
But yeah, this was an early example.
You raised a good point. It's a good example of actually televising it and bringing it to the public because, it was televised. So something like that being on screen, I think not just in the West, it was done in like the East too. The whole idea of it's happening now. Like, how many of you remember phone numbers of people you love, like, by heart? I don't.
I know family
But
members.
maybe like 1, 2, 3. Everything else.
I used to.
Phone.
I used
to. Yeah.
Yeah,
Before.
like I used to too. Like it's like my password is a phone number for like from 2001, but it's the whole idea of how technology changes things, and you can actually imagine like changing a person. Like that is so scary to me. And we've had so many films about it. We had, what was that film with Will Smith? I, Robot.
Yeah, that was based on the Asimov story.
Yeah, and then we had a whole bunch of other stuff, and it's a little bit freaky, like how we're getting into this, like even with Twitter, like we are living through an age where it's changing, going through Twitter, from Twitter to X to like Facebook, going to something else to Instagram. Like we never had that when we grew up. We didn't even have. We had walkie-talkies.
Yeah, it also speaks to a fear of a basic fear of mankind, a fear that we all share deep down in our souls, of being rendered obsolete by new technology. And this every time there's a leap forward in technology and history, there are those who rail against it because it will change the world and therefore render them obsolete. And the problem with the AI stuff is that it's possible for the technology to render us obsolete on its own, to make that call itself, and that's terrifying. But yeah, this is exemplary of that kind of fear.
Well, my mom sent me something quickly, a video from Belarus, where in Minsk, where you go in, you don't even, like, it's a convenience store. You don't even have people in the store. What you do is you take your phone, you there's a little screen thing, you put the phone in, you go into the store, you buy whatever you want by scanning it, and then you walk out. There's no human in there. And it's like, what? It's weird. me is convenient, but still, it's taking away like jobs from people.
Well, I think, yeah, and that's the convenience of it is what are we sacrificing for the convenience?
Yeah,
Not just jobs, not just you know, having to work a little harder, but I think that we're sacrificing a piece of our souls.
Oh,
exactly.
apparently I didn't notice it, but YouTube took it down for a second time. So, but it's back up. It since we stopped to talk, it came back.
Good. There's something
But
else
yeah,
too.
I think that is one of the kind of like themes of this episode is like, what is us as humans? What is the human soul? What are we made of? That's what makes it interesting.
Do androids in fact?
They also approach a lot of these topics in TNG because when they get into the fact that Data, is at the beginning of TNG is the most advanced android that they know of, and it brings up a lot of those topics because he's striving to be more human, but he constantly fails.
One of the best lines ever delivered by Riker, and now I've cut Pinocchio's strings.
God damn, that was a good episode. One of the other things that they bring up here is and I saw this in chat earlier, the transhumanism angle, the using technology to extend our life beyond the reasonable. And later on in Star Trek, in TNG, when they introduce the Borg, that's what the Borg are. They're a race of people who decided they wanted to become perfect, and they didn't see that as possible through organic means. So they began augmenting themselves, and then that wasn't enough. Eventually, they branched out and started assimilating other cultures and their technologies and bringing that in because, well, we could just add this to our perfection, add this to our perfection. I think they used the line perfection many times. And it is it's sort of a representative of the idea that we can make ourselves better, which is something that certain people hold to in this world today that I think frankly is nuts, but it is equally terrifying.
Yeah.
Neuralink, anybody? Just saying.
I ain't touching that shit.
No, I mean,
Nope.
Listen, I'll do the Sword Art Online stuff where it won't microwave my brain, but you ain't putting chip in my head. Hell no.
Nah, I'm just gonna stick to Cyberpunk the game for now. To put shit in my body.
I'll put a headset on, but I'm not putting anything in my head. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, sorry about the long break there, folks. But I think it's important that we discuss the themes as well because they do resonate today. That's part of why we love old Star Trek, is because it does present us with the opportunity to philosophize about a number of things.
Oh, and if anyone jumped over to my Twitch because my YouTube went down, my YouTube's back up. Just so you know.
Let's see if we can get taken down again.
Sweet.
We humans are full of unpredictable emotions that logic cannot solve.
Yes. Yes, it had been so long ago I had forgotten. The old ones here, the ones who made us, yes. Yes, it is still in my memory, thanks.
Yes.
It became necessary to destroy them. You are inconsistent. You cannot be programmed. You are inferior. You came from the outside. You bring disorder here.
The danger to you is Corby.
I was programmed by Corby. I cannot harm him.
The old ones programmed you too, but it became possible to destroy them.
That was the equation. Existence. Survival must cancel out programming.
That's it. Logic. You can't protect someone who's trying to destroy you.
And that's the fear. That right there, that's the fear. Like, what if it overrides its programming? What if it decides that, like, say you program a race of servile, entities, mechanical beings, to serve and protect the populace, and you implement Asimov's 3 laws of robotics, which state, not to harm any living being. Which the story he wrote, I, Robot, is actually about. It's like, at what point does self-preservation, because one of the other laws is to protect yourself, except, in the event that it will harm a living being. But if they gain self-awareness, at what point does that programming just become a suggestion?
I mean, this is. I don't want to actually think about these types of things in terms of, are we pushing so far ahead in technology that the technology will in fact destroy us? And it's a serious discussion, but goddamn, at what point am I influencing it too much with my own crazy science fiction ideas? Is just I that's how far I go. Am I overthinking it?
Yep. So just something to think about, folks, because I love thinking about this stuff. That's one of the reasons I love Star
if
Trek.
anyone wants to read Isaac Asimov, I think he is like the father of the whole AI sort of imagining how it would be, because he came up with the 3 laws of AI robotics, right? So it was, robot will never harm a human. Robot will always serve a human. And then what was the third one? Robot will always save itself unless
Protect
it,
its own existence, unless it conflicts with the first law. Yeah.
Unless it harms a human. I love his books, and I think it's a really interesting thing that's brought up in this episode. It's not like they don't go deep into it, like, oh my god, can you imagine if Christopher Nolan did this episode?
Right.
We'd be sitting here like, oh my god, getting our philosophy dictionaries out and thinking about it for hours and hours, and like, oh my god, and with the music and everything. It's something that people watched when they were having dinner in 1966. It's today.
Right.
What do people
this is
watch?
why we love Star Trek, though.
What do people watch today when they're having dinner?
Right. They present you with an idea, with an with a seed of a thought, and then it invites discussion. It invites thought.
Yeah.
It invites philosophy, which is what we're doing now.
Yeah, they present an issue, and sometimes the solutions that come out of it, none of them are that great. There's been TNG episodes where Picard had to make a decision that was tough, and it didn't end up being a happy ending.
Or it got or like with Hugh, it became an ending that went the exact opposite direction.
Yeah. And this is good stuff, which is why I think that more people should go back and watch this than watch that new, Trek nonsense, because all you're going to get out of that is, why is this dopey bitch mutinying, starting a war, and getting promoted for it?
All you're going to get is cry, cry, pew, pew, explosion, lens flare.
Lots of lens flares. You can't see what's going on because all the lights are turned down, except the ones that are turned up so bright they're causing lens flare.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is good. This is what Star Trek should have always been.
It's wholesome, right? Like, it's wholesome. Something that like you can like gather, whether you're family or like, I can get my nephew who's 5 years old and put it on, and I know he's gonna understand the message without maybe exposing him to some of the weird stuff, but he'll get it. He watches Star Wars and he's gonna be like, oh my god, I love the lightsabers and the action. What do you put on today when you get your family together? What do you put on TV? Nothing
Definitely
is there.
Definitely not Disney.
Good lord. Now they're making How to Train Your Dragon again. Like Vikings are now diverse. What?
Yeah, that's coming back in. That was broken months ago, but now it's coming back around.
It was. It's that is actually much worse than diversity. They took the last pagan king of Scotland, who was a blonde-haired man of enormous stature, and made him a black woman. Hakon was a real man.
Oh, that was the Netflix Vikings thing.
Yeah.
I never watched that.
I barely finished the original Viking seasons. I was not going back for the retread spinoff.
King of Norway. Sorry, not Scotland. I just realized I said Scotland. It wasn't Scotland.
Yeah, no, it was Hakon from Norway. But like my grandmother comes from Norway. And I told her this, and she literally said, "Has the world gone insane?"
Yes.
Yes.
That's the answer. Yes.
Yes, it has.
Because
it's absolutely gone insane.
It does feel like it. What do we do?
I get it when they're pushing for diversity and inclusion bullshit. Fine, not fine, but you know what I mean. But when it gets to the point where they're changing historical figures in the name of this diversity and inclusion garbage, that's when you know we've gotten to a point of that it's not going to get fixed anytime soon.
But Anne Boleyn could have been black.
And she was.
We have paintings of her.
So, like, all we can do is go back to like the original series of Star Trek and review it and make fun of it, and I love it. At least back then in 1966, even if they had things that today are not acceptable, I accept it, and I think it's cool, and I think it's good.
Yep. Real quick though, just know. Also, not a Jarl. Was king of all Norway. Just saying.
Rock, I would like.
You brought him among us.
You rang.
You brought the inferior ones. We had cleansed ourselves of them. Now you bring the evil back.
Rock, stop. You're programming.
That wasn't very hard.
It is kind of interesting how that very same weapon was used against the guy in the beginning, the android in the beginning, and all it did was blast his junk off.
Well, I mean,
in a flash of light.
Well, I guess Rock was an older version of Plato. Maybe it combusts faster. I don't know. And that shit gets aged. It could be dangerous.
Argo makes an interesting point here. Back to something about civility. I think this speaks to it as well. What makes us human is that we can be logical and primal simultaneously. We as humans cannot possibly ever be entirely civil. I would argue that I would agree with that, actually. Because we can experience both sides of that at the same time. A machine cannot.
Yeah, of course. But also you need to strive to get to that point where you don't have that primal. Like I watched something the other day on Netflix, World's Toughest Present, and you see people like in their primal state, right? Where they're just doing horrible things and they're in for horrible things. But then you can achieve like another level of like striving to be more civil. So there's a difference in society, or like you always see on Twitter people behaving abhorrently towards other people, like punching, being rude. Like you can always try and achieve a different level. So to me, civility is that. I don't know.
I would introduce a counterpoint, and I agree that civility is generally something that we do strive for. But going back to Robert E. Howard and what he was, his thoughts on civility, he admired the barbarian, and the reason that he admired the barbarian, all of his stories are about, Conan or Kull the Conqueror or what have you. So very straightforward, brutally honest, very brutal people. But the difference between a civilized man and a barbarian, as he saw it, was that a barbarian would split your skull if you insulted him. Absolutely.
Mhm.
But a civilized man would smile at you as he poisons your dinner.
Mm.
And there's a dishonesty to civility.
Well, to build off of that, I think if we're bringing into today's current discussions and how they aren't civil, I'm of the belief right now that civility is earned. Some people, when they start a
Right.
conversation a certain way, if they have started it by calling everybody racists and bigots and this and that, they haven't earned my civility with them because they came out and attacked before even hearing
Right.
what myself or anybody like me who has a freedom of thought and a different opinion had to say. Therefore, no, I'm sorry, civil discussion is out the window. But if somebody comes to me respectfully with a different opinion, I'm going to treat them with respect. I've done that several times in comments recently, the past
Yeah.
48 hours. Somebody's come into my video, they have a real difference of opinion, but they've come at it respectfully. So I've replied respectfully. I said, okay, you're talking like a normal person. I'm going to talk to you like a normal person. But if you come in here calling me an old nerd, need to go out and touch grass and go touch a woman,
Right.
then no, you're automatically going to get, my boot up your ass.
I agree with that.
Hey,
Hey,
Wookie.
Wookie. What's up? Yeah, no, Adam, I absolutely agree with that. You need to, you can have different opinions, but you need to,
Well,
I had different opinions with you about a video game. I don't come at you. I'm not like, I hate you. I don't,
well, that's
I'm
because
just,
we can have a regular debate, and it's not going to be a
yeah,
problem. Because we know it's just a debate, and we're not,
Exactly.
and we're not actually each going out to try and convince the other to change what they're thinking.
exactly.
And once upon a time, we didn't even have to have a thought about, am I going to enter this conversation and be civil? No, in society was a lot different even 20 years ago, where, okay, I'm going to enter a conversation and we're all going to behave like rational people here. And that's the other thing. Civility happens when you're dealing with rational people. And to bring back to the episode, as we're going to find in a second, the doctor, he ain't rational. He's not rational for reasons that are going to be shown. And we're not dealing in a daily basis with these psycho stands and R-tard SJWs and woke-tards. These are not rational people. So
yeah,
I'm going to treat them like the infants that they are. And
Speaking of irrational, Alf, are you breathing heavy over there?
I don't think so. My mic hasn't moved.
No,
Hey, me too.
Woo moments.
No.
Okay.
Somebody's dog.
I had to bring it back to the gay a little bit.
How much we got left in this? Just a few minutes, right?
Yeah, we're at the end.
Yeah, about 6 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So let us get on with it. Good discussion though.
I had no choice.
That Play-Doh's gone bad.
Respect for all things alive. How can I explain the change in? If I was to tell Earth, I was in your hands. Tell them what has become.
That's like the third time Kirk's got the drop on these people.
It's just the Kirk skill.
There's a cream for that.
He's got a Luke Skywalker hand.
Still me, Christine. Roger. I'm in here. You can't imagine how it was. I was frozen, dying. My legs were gone. I had only my brain between life and death. This can be repaired easier than another man can set a broken finger. Still the same as I was before, Christine.
I'm a sex bot too.
That's even better.
I mean, stamina.
Yeah,
He's got those creepy eyes and the way he's talking.
He does. He's
not rational anymore.
no. Well, he's not human
Yeah.
anymore.
Again,
You know,
a trope from the 60s is using lighting cues.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they get the dark around the eyes, but only the eyes are lit up when they do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just to highlight.
Stand out. Yeah, it's a very, very cool trick. But yeah, he's post-human at this point. He's transhuman at this point. He's no longer just human, and that changes the equation entirely.
Andrea,
Yes, Doctor.
someone in the outer junction.
Spock, he must have got my message.
I will find Rock.
Never find us in this maze.
Rock has been shut off. Get a weapon, deal with it. Protect.
That is a weird place to keep face.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Wow, she's barely tall enough to reach that.
I will kiss you.
No.
You will not?
It is illogical.
I will.
See, look at that.
Last Kirk.
She was up for it, man.
I'm the same. Direct transfer. All of me. Human. Rational, but without a flaw.
He freed himself and I destroyed him. I am not programmed for alarms. I listened to your instructions, obeyed them as stated.
She killed the android, Corby. The same way you killed Rock. Is this your perfect world? Your flawless beings, killing off one another? Aren't you doing exactly what you hate most in humans? Killing with no more concern than when you turn off a light?
Not a computer. Test me. Ask me to solve any... Equate. Transmit. Christine, let me prove myself.
How?
Oh, careful
Does this
now.
make such a difference?
Don't you see, Roger? Everything you've done has proved it isn't true.
I am Roger Corby!
Prove it. Give me that phaser gun. If there's any human left in you, give it to me.
No. You will never understand. I constructed a perfect being. Tested it. Proved.
Yeah, this is pure hubris talking.
Yeah.
Or as New Trek likes to put it, sheer fucking hubris.
Ugh. Don't remind me.
Fucking line ever. But it's breaking him too.
Andrea, give me the weapon.
No, protect. To love you.
Someone's stomach just growl.
Yeah, it's mine.
Your stomach's got things to say about this episode.
I'm
I
hungry
think
for
I
Andrea.
growled it.
Oh, damn it, I was going to say that. You're
That's
hungry
it.
for Andrea.
I wouldn't look at her.
Hungry.
Yeah, proof right there. There was sex bot happening right there. I love you.
Hungry, I'd say thirsty.
I mean,
why can't you be both?
You swallow enough fluids, it's like having a meal. I'm just saying.
We all know that Horny Alf is hungry.
Always.
Always.
Yeah.
Kiss.
What?
Disintegrated them.
He killed them both.
Yeah.
He depressed the trigger on the phaser and destroyed both of them. And the phaser for some reason.
Feedback loop.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's this takes a dark turn because he realizes at this point like he can't prove to them that he is who he says he is, and he's like the logic loop is breaking him. And so rather than continue down that logic loop, he just hits the off switch.
Control.
And he takes Andrea with him. Yeah. Some dark shit.
Don't date your sex bot.
Right? That's the lesson here.
Futurama told us that lesson.
Captain, are you all right? Nurse? Where's Dr. Corby?
I bought plenty of red shirts for fodder.
Dr. Corby.
Don't worry, the trouble's behind them.
Over here.
I do like she's like obviously distraught, but the man that she actually loved and knew has been dead for a while.
Yeah.
You know,
Quite
because that
a
robot,
while, yeah.
that robot was just. I mean, it took all of his knowledge, memory, and everything, put it into an android, but it wasn't him. Not the one she was in love with.
No, that's absolutely right. And like, I mean, he talks about like his body was destroyed. Like he was smashed. He had no legs. He was freezing to death. He was starving. You know, parts of him were just.
You guys
seeping out.
made me a red bot too.
Here's the thing, though, real quick. If he was the bot, when they first have their makeout session, when she arrives, she should have known then right away. But I guess that's the good programming of a sex bot.
I agree with that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fool somebody.
Yeah.
Then again, she could have been so overwhelmed with joy and whatnot, she didn't notice.
Legatus, I think it was deliberate. I think he was just ending his
Oh
experiment.
yeah, that was deliberate. You see him grip it and push down. Yeah, that was totally deliberate.
Yeah. No, he committed suicide, and I mean, the term suicide and murder generally apply to living beings, and they're not exactly, but they are.
No.
At least he was self-aware. I'm not 100% sure that Andrea was totally self-aware.
She was aware of something.
Yeah. But more like in the way that a dog is self-aware as opposed to, say, Stephen Hawking.
She was ready to hump that leg like a dog. So
yeah. Well, a dog is self-aware, but it only to a limited degree by comparison to someone like Stephen Hawking, who is probably extra self-aware. Or was anyway before he
did.
Yeah.
Oh, nope. Stupid. Put it in the rear view.
Thank you for letting me make the decision, Captain. I'm quite certain I'm doing the right thing.
I like how every one of these you get like you get a parting thought from Kirk.
Yeah.
Something bothering you, Mrs. Spock?
Frankly, I was rather dismayed by your use of the term half-breed.
Ah!
You must admit, it is
I love Spock.
Expression.
I'll remember that, Mr. Spock. The next time I find myself in a similar situation.
Yeah, I'll come up with a better racial slur.
How often is he going to be turned into
Steady as we
Play-Doh?
go, Helm.
And that's the episode.
Right.
I'm going to be ordering an Andrea right away now. Well, honestly, I started typing in Star Trek, what little girls are made of, and the third option was Andrea. Google knows exactly why you're typing in that title.
Did it take you to a real doll site?
No, I was just on Google. I didn't go anywhere.
Adam, you owe me one.
For what?
For your bad behavior.
Well, that ain't gonna stop.
Well, he already died twice in the episode. I think he's had enough.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I feel like we discussed it pretty well during the course of the episode. Do you guys have any final thoughts on it?
No.
Excuse me.
I feel good.
Yeah, I thought it was. There's some wonky stuff in the episode, but the overall story I thought was good, and the message they were trying to put across. So.
Yeah, Anna.
No. No. You know, I can talk for ages, but I'm not going to. I'm stopping myself.
I think we did a good job throughout the episode breaking down into conversation. So I think
Yeah.
we pretty much summed up everything we needed
I
to.
think chat needs to have the floor.
I think chat's had a fairly good conversation too. Like Kale here mentions, and I believe it's still talking about Corby's decision to pull the trigger, whether or not that was a human decision or if it was a logical one, a computer decision.
That's a really good point.
It's a question. It's a question. I don't have an answer for it, but it's a good question.
Well, chat, thank you so much for being here. I know we're being sometimes funny, sometimes not very funny, sometimes very controversial. Adam's the one who's the dermy of the stream. So
Whoa.
Oh,
wow.
That's a low blow.
That's merciless right there.
Shots fired.
You're being mean to me.
How was I being what? When was I mean to you?
Meanie.
What did I do? I didn't do anything. What did I do?
Well, you're dermy now.
I mean,
Anyway.
Yeah, she did turn that one around on me there. You could call that. No, I mean, dermy, I'm mean to. I didn't do anything.
Oh, Shadow, Kale, everybody, Argo, Ada, what was it? Somebody's finger. Whole bunch of
it was Adam.
Goddess,
Yeah.
everybody. Mwah. Thank you. And thank you, Horny Alf, Samiel, Adam. Thank you so much.
On that note, why don't we go around the horn, plug our stuff, pimp our shit, as it were. Adam, since you've died twice, you get the honor of going first.
Thanks, man.
Before he dies,
I am Adam, Renaissance Nerd, YouTube of the same title. Go check me out there. I do reviews, I do streams, I play games, I give takes on stuff. This week we get more Ahsoka, we get more Wheel of Time, and next Saturday Night Driving returns. Myself and Jed the Hollywood Scholar we're reviewing The Dirty Dozen. We're talking Dirty Dozen. Good old-fashioned World War II movie. And then we'll be back next Saturday. The Roundtable will return next Saturday at full strength. So check out my channel. You might find you like it there.
All right. Anna, what do you have coming up?
I'm going to be super humble and not say anything and give the floor to everyone else.
Okay. Alf.
Hey, I'm Horny Alf. You find me on Twitter, usually daily, just dropping commentary and whatnot. I also do gaming streams. I stream to my live, to my YouTube, my Twitch, and then usually have all my VODs republished on my Rumble. I've been having issues with Kick lately. I don't know what's going on with Kick and Streamlabs, but every time I put in the URL and Stream Key, it just drops it immediately. So I got to figure that out. I think that's a Streamlabs issue. But when I'm not here, you can usually find me on Friday nights on Dermy Wormy's channel, his show Ballbusters. On Saturday nights, I'm on Vets Talking. Pretty good stream with a bunch of vets. We're usually bashing Dermy the whole stream. And then tonight I will be late Sunday nights are my late night game multiplayer stream. We're gonna be continuing Halo 3 with me. Devil Made Me Do It if he's gonna be there. He hasn't said or not. Ryan Reaper works with the full Aussie, and then green-haired anti-liberal will be there too. So
nice. For my part, we are missing a couple of panelists. Devil Made Me Do It. Go check out his panel or his channel, Beelzehub. It's definitely worth doing. It's a lot of fun. He does a show called Get Ranked. That's normally on Sundays. He took today off, but very, very fun time. And then Ryan, who said he was going to be late and ended up being absent, has like 4 different channels. They're all in the description below. The main one is Legion Talk, although he doesn't call that his main channel, but that's basically what he does most of his stuff on. He does panels on Fridays and all kinds of other fun stuff. For my part, we do panels on my channel throughout the weekend. Abyssal Musings on Fridays, Screaming Into the Void on Saturdays, and this here Star Trek Engage on Sundays, which is where you will find me. That said, if there's nothing else, Horny Alf, I am going to give you the honor of saying the magic word since you are the second mate.
Engage.
You know, back when I was in the academy, we would follow every toast with a song.
Shiri Skadar